Shall we look at that collusive fit a little bit more? Let's look at the cat and dog in a little bit more detail. There is this article, Do You Fight Like Cats and Dogs? Or Put Your Other Half on a Pedestal? How identifying your couple type could transform your love life. And this is by Rosie Eiffel. Do you find yourself taking a certain role in every relationship you're in? Perhaps you love being with men whom you can mother, chiding them to eat their veg and dress warmly. Or are you the fiery type who is drawn to romances that are filled with blazing rows, followed by steamy reconciliations? The truth is, most of us take on sets of roles in our relationships, whether we realize it or not. And although we like to think that every relationship is unique, in fact, experts have identified 6 different couple types that we all fall into. Whether you and your partner are the cat and dog type, who love nothing better than a good row, or are one of the solid grown-ups whose relationship is sensible and drama-free. Psychologists have suggested that identifying the type of couple fit, the couple type that you play out in your relationship, holds the key to a happy relationship and being able to understand our own needs and those of our partner. Often use the Hollywood stars back there in the 50s, I think it is, Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton, as a classic cat and dog relationship. The kind of couple we find ourselves in is largely influenced by what we've experienced growing up. Relationship counselor Val Sampson explains, so often when we're in a new relationship, we think of it as a fresh page, a fresh start, and we tell ourselves, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to do it my way. But of course, when we're children, we absorb information like sponges. We can't help but take on board our parents' behaviours. I talk about an athletic race where the baton is passed on. There are scripts that our parents hand on to us, just like a baton in an athletic race, and we cannot but take the script, the baton, and go with the flow. It just isn't do as I say, it very much is do as you see me doing. Inevitably, our main caregivers, be they our biological parents or some other parental role figures that have the biggest influence on us, will be the ones that are shaping us and giving us those templates, those scripts that are going to shape how we do life. Often we recreate the roles of our mothers and fathers. So if you grew up seeing your father really admiring and doting on your mother, you're likely to expect the same in your relationship and go looking for it. Or if your parents had a solid partnership based on mutual love and respect and communication, you will seek that same type of relationship as an adult. Understanding the influence that shapes our couple type might also help us to break the negative cycles that we get trapped in. I think the important thing, though, is we've got to begin to see and to understand stuff working away in the unconscious and how that might be being played out by us. So we've got to keep on keeping on moving stuff from the unconscious to the conscious. And that's where counseling therapy will help you to do that. Here's a reminder of those different couple type. In this article, you'll see some different types, different ways of expressing them. The cat and dog, the first one we described previously. And as the name suggests, this couple fight constantly in private and in public. They can be screaming at each other in front of other people and do the same in private. It just spills over whether they're in public or private. Of course, we do try to be contained to a degree, but it is quite clear to see the argumentative type of couple. Why don't they split up? Many will ask. Friends will look on. After all, the grass is greener on the other side. You clearly don't fit, yet they stay together. This kind of couple may be attracted to one another because they enjoy the cycle of fight and the make-up, the passionate, chandelier swinging sex, as I call it. But if one partner has an affair or does something to disrupt the trust, this becomes the relationship from hell, says relationship psychologist Susan Quilliam. The fights are fueled by insecurity, and a breakup is liable to be very messy. Another collusive fit somebody has identified beyond the three that we've looked at before. They call this one thrill of the chase. And this is also known as the pursuer-distancer couple, in which one partner is in pursuit of the other. I think this is the Tom and Jerry one that I mentioned earlier. They're trying to secure the other person's attention and affection. One pretends they don't want to know, and the other actually often enjoys the thrill of the chase. Often couples take it in turns to play the pursuer or distancer. They swap roles at different points. Whenever one senses the other is losing interest, they switch. What drives this couple is a fear of being seen as needy, reliant upon you. That's vulnerability, isn't it? Oh gosh. Relationships are risky. You've got to be vulnerable. That's what makes for enhancing trust and developing security. That's storge. But of course, childhood development plays a part in why some people do not want to be seen as reliant on the other or vulnerable. You're going to have to change. That's a tough one, isn't it? You may have to run from this counseling process as well, because you're being challenged to become vulnerable. You've not done that with the other person, or at least in your control, and you're now being asked to become vulnerable. Yeah, if you want that progressively fulfilling relationship, you've got to become vulnerable. You're going to have to let the other recognize you have needs and insecurities. And it is when you let yourself become vulnerable, you get a chance to build the relationship you really actually always wanted. It isn't true, the lie that you've bought into, that you shouldn't show your vulnerability and the fact that you are actually a needy person. That parental script which has been handed to you isn't true. It doesn't work. We are human beings and we were made to be in relationships, one with each other, with our flaws, our failings, our neediness. That's what makes for a progressively healthy, vibrant, fulfilling relationship.
Single, but want to better understand why? Preparing for marriage and want to give it your best shot. Perhaps you're in a partnership, a couple, and want to address some issues. Maybe it's a marriage, but it just ain't working too well. Are you a couple, but know it could be better? Consider a diagnosis, a form of MOT for the relationship. Want to limit passing on the stuff to the children? Because we know that childhood development really does impact the shaping of us and how we go on to do adult life. Want to maximize the quality of your relationship? Perhaps communication just definitely is not working well. Conflict needs managing, needs resolving. Sex, the first casualty when there is conflict, may be something of a sense of a mismatch, but there are definitely some problems in sex. Maybe you're long time married and you've settled, but you know you haven't settled for good enough. Consider the Kairos Center video on demand program. In that program, you'll cover a lot of topics from A to Z, and you can do it in the comfort of your own home at your leisure, and have some periodical homework review sessions with me from time to time at your leisure. Maybe you would prefer secure webcam where one of you or both of you come for maybe weekly sessions. There's something for everyone in the Kairos relationship program. Contact me today. Whether you're in a partnership, a marriage, these things are true. Marriage is not the coming together of two people. It's actually a clash of two cultures, two experiences, two memories, two habits, two morals, two values. And that is a formulation for destruction, says Dr. Miles Monroe. Also, Dr. Creflo Dollar has said, marriage is the place of our healing. Don't leave it too quickly. And if I add a little bit extra to that, you're destined to repeat the problems. So why not work through this partnership in order to address the issues, which is more about me than the other person, and then make an informed decision about what you do for the future of the relationship. Send me a message. It's time to get your quality of life and relationship back on a proper footing.